welcome to Lionheart Dreamweaving. My name is Matthew, and today I have a pick-a-card style tarot reading for you here. There will be 4 options that you could choose from, and there will be links to the individual reading, personal reading, semi-personal. It's still very general, but in the description box down below, there will be timestamps for each of these 4 numbers. And yeah, today I'm gonna do a Celtic Cross style spread for you, and just a general question of what is your current situation, what is the energy currently around you. Get a little bit, and Celtic Cross gives a bit of a deeper insight into this, so we get to see like subconscious, conscious, past, future, problem, and things like this, and then we go like deeper into it, see if we can come to solution and resolution, suggestion, and if there's any advice for you. So we have here today, we have these little Monopoly pieces to choose. So we have one is the money bags, 2 is the car, 3 is the dog, and 4 is the hat. Okay, so you can go ahead and choose the pile which you're intuitively drawn to, and we'll go ahead and jump into your reading. I will see you there. Greetings, pile number 1. For those of you who selected this money bags, go ahead and put this over to the side for you here, and we're gonna this time we're gonna live shuffle on the camera here, 1 card at a time, and we're going to do a Celtic Cross. So there will be 10 cards, or 10 I guess 10 in total, and we can also add a little bit of clarification to certain spots to get a little bit more detail here and go deeper into the messages for you. So yes, we're setting the intention with your spirit guides, angels, ancestors, calling in their presence and guidance for you now, that I can be a clear channel to communicate and deliver messages that are for your highest and best good right now at this time. So we're going to go ahead and ask, what is the energy of the current moment for you here? And like if it starts from the beginning, starts to feel like this message is not resonating with you, maybe you can choose a different one. It'll be a message in a different pile. But the first card will give us the general situation, so we can sort of see how's it. Okay, we're going to take this, just one here that came. Receptivity. Okay, and then the challenge for this situation. Crossing the receptivity. What is the challenge? Okay. Beyond illusion. All right. So this is crossing here. Yeah, that's interesting. So like you see what you have here, like this with this receptivity. This woman, like, she's very open to energy flowing, and kind of like this divine sort of like thing in her kundalini energy, her whole energy body connecting with this cosmic source energy here, this divine wisdom and gnosis and all of this stuff. Yes, you can see it the better. Sorry, I wasn't holding them right, but and you see, but interestingly, so in this picture, there's no head, there's only a lotus. And in this picture, there is the head, there is only the head in the face here. And then this is the, like, I guess I was saying that feeling of like gnosis, the state of gnosis, which is like divine knowing. And it's crossed here. So the cross meaning, like in this spread, the interpretation, this being like the current like issue or like thing, what's coming up, and then this is the like conflict or like the contrast here. So like what I'm sensing is that there's just something, a disconnect here from like this, something's not flowing is the way it should here, like that, like disconnect between head and body, or like spirit and body coming in here, or like a blockage between the two. So let's go ahead, and I don't know which one I want to have on top, you know, it's like, I guess this one should go on top. Maybe I'll block it like that. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and here. Next, we're going to go underneath. So what is in the subconscious? Okay, well, that came out immediately. Slowing down. So this is in the subconscious. So this is the influence that you're not fully aware of consciously. So this is about, yeah, slowing down. So this is about embodiment. Taking things more slow, like nurturing to yourself, like going at a slower pace, like. And with the water element, the turtle, though, it's kind of like about that. And the water element here, you know, I'm getting the sense of like nourishing, self-nourish, self-care. So there's like a kind of need to slow down and take more care of yourself, or take more care of the body in a way here. This situation, can I fit them all? Yeah, let's see, I guess I'll put it there. All right. And then we're gonna, what's the conscious influence here? The Fool. Okay. Interesting. So the Fool would indicate in general like a new beginning, right? Like starting something new, being excited or eager to start something new, or like a new fresh attitude towards your life or something, or just in general like taking a leap of faith into something. So I guess if that's what's going on here, like in contrast to what I was saying, there might be like wanting to start and leap into something new when your body is trying to pull you to take a moment to like rest and recuperate before starting, like jumping into something new and investing a lot of like energy. Maybe there's like some, because like I said here, there's like almost like a disconnect between like maybe like body and spirit, or body and mind, or something like this. And like one part of you is like, you know, ready to go, and the other part is like needing to catch up and rest here. And I guess this would be the more conscious part of you, because this is on the conscious side. So like you are ready to go. You have like this vision here, you know, inspiration, something here. You want to like make it happen, but the world, the material is like trying to get you to slow down and recuperate so that you can reconnect and come into like better balance with this energies here, seems like. So real quick before we go forward, I'm going to add from this other deck here 2 clarifying to the conscious and subconscious. From this other deck, this Vice Versa Tarot. So first I will do subconscious, I want to say. Clarifier for the subconscious. Okay, Empress. That's really nice. And then clarifier for the conscious. Clarifier for the conscious. I'm going to take this one here. Page of Wands. Oy, 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 oy. I tipped the tripod, guys. I'm so sorry about that. Can I save it? Yeah. Now the leg is in here. I'll see if I edit this part out. So, okay. Sorry about that. I bumped the tripod and then I had to fix it for a moment. So, yeah, in the conscious space here, you have this Page of Wands. And in the unconscious, there's this Empress. So, this is almost just reinforcing, I guess, what I was saying already. So this is kind of more, yeah, just more shades of the same color, same same picture I was painting before here. Because this is like this Page of Wands has like an inspiration, ready to go, ready to start a journey, something here. Especially as the page, you know, it's the start of an inspiration and of a journey to manifesting something. And then, yeah, and this unconscious. So there's this Empress here. So there is this like, this is interesting because there's so much feminine energy down here with this receptivity, and then this Empress and this slowing down. It's like there's all this fertility and potential for abundance, and like success and all of this, but then it's just like needing to go a little bit more at a feminine pace, like nature's pace, like slow down, like be more go more into state of receptivity and healing, and then like dealing with this healing process here, like this disconnection, and then yeah, and then just naturally like it will blossom from that. So this is kind of more like wanting to get a little bit ahead of the pace of nature here, basically. So we're going to look at the past and then the future next. I'm going to move these cards all over a little bit here. Oh, okay. We got here one. We are the world, and then the future. Let's see. Nope. Okay. I can't take three, but we'll take the top one there. Breakthrough. Okay. So yeah, I can see here with this, we are the world. So this is like, yeah, this is and it's in the past position. So this is making sense. It's kind of like with the 10 of Earth, it's when you come to like a culmination of a cycle, like the completion of a certain cycle in your life. And you kind of made the most of the potential with a certain group of people in a certain like community, a certain workplace or something like this, and a certain phase of your life, right? You've made like the full potential of it, for your evolution, and then you get to enjoy the riches of that, like of the abundance of that, right? But then at the same time, it's maxed out. So it can, in a way, and then it can become eventually confining when your soul wants to grow even further. There's sort of always this intrinsic desire here to go beyond. You have beyond illusion. Like it's not, yeah, but in general, the intrinsic vision to go beyond your current maximum capacity. That's sort of like the intrinsic part of the human like soul's evolutionary drive there, right? But then, yeah, at a certain point, this is a great card to have, like the 10 of Pentacles, like the 10 of Earth. It's like very rich and stuff, but that it can also, and you have community and like people around you, and it's all like people are prosperous or doing well, and it's all good, but like it can become, in a way, also limiting or something because there's only a certain amount of, yeah, the situation needs to change and evolve also, like to become make room for your next level of personal evolution. something needs to change and give way when it's kind of maxed out like that on potential. So this is coming in the future here, this sort of breakthrough. And I'm catching, like, it comes back to this sort of metaphor I was talking about here of like when this and this catch up and like reconnect here, when your body's kundalini energy system comes into alignment with the more the more like large scale metaphysical, like higher self part of yourself, which is like this visionary kind of thing. It has this direct divine like inspiration connection. When that actually gets fully wired into your body system here, it's just going to completely like completely rewire how your whole reality is functioning and like how you're experiencing it. So there's like it's coming with this, what like you can sort of, I think you have like a sense of it, like you were wanting to move in that direction, like your inspiration is pulling you in that direction. The fool can be a little bit blind, like you might not even fully understand what it is, the next state that you're like striving towards. Like the caterpillar, like they do all what they're striving, their little caterpillar things and like make a cocoon and all this stuff, and they don't even know fully consciously yet what the butterfly will be. They don't understand, the caterpillar doesn't like comprehend the butterfly being a butterfly yet, but it's sort of has that vision to want to move towards that naturally. So that's what I see going on here. So okay, we're gonna have, for the last 4 cards, we're gonna try to fit them. There's space challenge on this table here, but and this is going to be first we're going to do yourself and then external environment. So kind of contrast here. Yourself and then not self, others, other things, other factors, external factors. Internal factors, external factors, I guess. So for yourself, your mind, and for external factors, other influences, environmental influences, social influences, have courage. Okay, and then I'm also gonna, for this I'm feeling like adding the vice versa as well. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense with this Knight of Wands here. Yeah, overthinking it. Look at this. You have these 2 swords cards, these 2 yes, I said wands, I meant swords. These 2 swords here, this is so mental, like, and this is in your self energy. If you're, you overthinking it. So sorry. It's like, it's not as much as you're making it. The gears are kind of going a little bit overdrive, and it's not so much helping here. And then the external influences. One more. This one. All right, the moon and courage, which is the strength card. So with this, it's like life is trying to help you out here. Life is like offering you what you need, but it's coming in a little bit of like a mysterious way. It's not so like this is kind of like no one outside of you can really just directly solve this for you. Like no one can just hand you the solution, because this is kind of ultimately like an internal thing you got going on here. This is like the relationship between your own mind and then how does it like connect with the body, and how much does it like, is it trying to like over control the show, you know what I mean? Like overactive mind, or like mind trying to take worrying about things that it's not like even his job, and it can't really be that effective at just, you know, like wasting energy and stressing your body out for no reason, you know, that kind of thing. Or like just basically any type of, some type of, you'll know personally what it is for you. These are, I'm just giving examples. It might not every example might not resonate for every individual here, but you'll know what it is personally for you. But it's like you're some type of mental thing being your own worst enemy here. And life is universe, like divine wisdom. It's speaking to you through everyone and everything in subtle ways, in little symbolic ways here. This is like the mysterious language of the universe when you have this moon card. So it's like synchronicities and these kind of things, and it's just trying to like empower you and like give you courage and strength to navigate through this, and also sort of whispering like the secrets to like get through the mental paradoxes. Because the thing is, like, the problem, we get caught in our minds because it's actually really tricky. The mind is super clever and it's really paradoxical and confusing to navigate through sometimes. So we kind of have to see through our own like bullshit in a way, like through the own illusionary mechanisms that we have built into us here, and sort of navigate through and like connect to this higher intuitive source of guidance here. So, all right, just to get a wrap it up for you here, we're going to get, this is the hopes or fears, I guess. Hopes or fears, and or. It can be, we'll see what it is for you. It can be either or. And then conclusions. So, let's see. I'm going to move these down a little bit because, yeah. Hopes or fears. Pile number 1. It kind of makes sense, you know, you're getting a tarot reading right now, and I can't, you know, it's like, this is the best kind of guidance. Like, it's not, I can't give you, like nothing can give you directly these answers, but there's little like hints, there's little symbolic, like there's a message, personalized communication directly to you from the mysterious, subtle source of all things. Anyway, totality. All right, interesting. This is, yeah. This is interesting because I was talking hopes or fears. This is kind of a little bit of both, you know, because first, I mean, this could be a scary moment. This is exhilarating. It could be a scary moment doing a trapeze act like there, right? Like they could actually fall and hurt themselves. So like, it's kind of smart to have a little bit of fear going into that. But also it's kind of like a hopeful thing, or like they're, like I said, this person at the beginning, there's this energy of like making a leap here. And you have with this King of Pentacles. So this is like having really successful energy, like really grounded and stable, and like successful in like practical sense and material sense, rich and abundant in that type of way, and like really well mature and well in control of their affairs and responsible person and stuff. So it's all really like positive traits, positive energy to be like aspiring towards here. And then, yeah, like making this like leap. Like this is kind of like a pretty profound way of making a journey here, like with this breakthrough energy. Like this is, you can see with this glowing energy here. Interestingly, I'm seeing now this like the glowing energy in the middle of this breakthrough is also like kind of what's going on in this hands in the center here. So this is kind of like a really moving through a miracle here, and it has to, it's like this, because it's pretty intense moment to make this like this leap. What's going on here, like this, you have two themes of like making a kind of like jump moment, which is potentially, I guess in this card suggesting it could be dangerous. So like you have to be cautious, I guess. So like interestingly, I want to give a message about like taking good care of your like nervous system and such, because you're talking here about like what's going on in the unconscious, and like with the body here, I'm sensing now, I'm seeing this with your spinal column and your nervous system. Take good care of your nervous system. Make sure you get enough rest, and like maybe take some herbal supplements like for nerves, nervous system health and calming, relaxation, nerve tonics, this kind of thing, because like is kind of in these type of moments, the way that you'll function is like sort of like a culmination of the health of your nervous system overall, like whether you can like so it's like how well are you taking care of this this system overall and your body, especially, but particularly the nerves, like how well like they're rested and healthy kind of thing, and not like frazzled, because if your nerves are frazzled and jittery, right, like you could potentially metaphorically speaking, this is a metaphor, but like, because I don't think you're literally trapezing and jumping off cliffs or anything, but like metaphorically, like in this certain moment, like if your nerves are too frazzled, you could mess up the moment or something, like fumble the moment through a like mistake of like jittery nervousness. So like the precaution that you can take to avoid any like negative outcome or avoid your fears of like having a flop somehow is just like nurture yourself and rest. Make sure you're getting enough rest. Don't drink too much caffeine, like limit the caffeine intake to minimal or moderate amount, you know. And then I know someone out there is feeling personally offended by that, but anyway, and yeah, just take good care of your body and your nervous system in particular. So we have also then the outcome finally for you. Sorry, I got really into channeling there. Someone needed to hear that last message. You know who you are. Called out. So let's see. Oh, we got two. I'm gonna go with it. We got two. Let's see what they are. Oh, oh, it's so sweet. Look at that. Adventure and playfulness. This is not the most beautiful childlike energy, like this combination in particular of all the possible. Oh. So this is like really like connecting with your inner child and like enjoying life and like being creative and yeah, like just seeing the best of life and making the best of life and creating like something really magical here. This is so you're sort of like really taking the leap into a magical adventure, basically, like playful wonderland kind of thing. I don't even think I need any more cards, but I want to maybe pull one more here. Let's see. This is so beautiful ending. It's like happily ever after, like so classically. Okay. I said I didn't even need to pull any more cards, but I did. You know what? This is what I had to do. That actually, you know, that makes perfect sense. So this is what I was trying to warn you about down here, about like getting too in your mind about it, because that's the one kind of downside, or the one way you could trip yourself up, like with this kind of too nervous thing, like physiologically anxiety and like nervousness and overthinking and all of this, like it can be like physiologically your nervous system being fried, and then also the mental side of it, just having like not really any like mental discipline or like the mind like overrunning thoughts. But yeah, so a lot of like runaway thoughts or like pessimistic thinking, negative thought loops here, you can get rid of those. A lot of those are like really minimize the effect of that, the impact of that, and lighten up your energy a lot by simply like taking better care of the nervous system, like in a physiological, like make sure your body is well taken care of, and rested and watered and exercised, and maybe take some supplements that help with the nervous health, and that will reduce intrusive thoughts and anxiety and difficult mental issues as well here. And then you'll be able to take full potential of when your energy body, like your energy body will be able to operate through your physical body much more efficiently and bring through your like true creative, playful, soulful spirit, and you'll be able to make this leap into your dream life. So that's really amazing. Congratulations. I'm really happy for you. I hope this reading has been interesting and helpful for you in some way. I hope you really enjoyed watching. If you watched all the way through to this part, like, thank you for sticking with me. And yeah, I really hope you got something nice out of it. Subscribe if you want to see more content in the future. And yeah, like the video if you liked it. Comment. I always love to read your comments down below. And yeah, I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye. Greetings, pile number 2. Those of you who chose this little metal Monopoly card. This is going to be your reading today, and we have for you, we're going to do a Celtic Cross spread, which is a very classic tarot spread. You might know of it. If you don't, it's got 10 cards here, and each has a specific meaning to build a kind of structure, to give you a very a deeper picture, like a more overall, larger context picture here. So we're going to start 10 cards. So the first 2 cards, the first card is just going to be the overall kind of energy, the overall theme, like the current energy or the theme of the reading, so to speak. And then the second card is going to be crossing it, and it's going to be kind of the conflict here. So let's see, you have fear. Okay, maturity. That's really beautiful energy to have. That's the seed. That's like a new growth, like a new flowering, like the seed is growing into a lot of potential here. Something blooming, new potential blooming in your life in some type of way, maybe multiple levels here. So let's see, what is the crossing energy here? Okay. Beyond illusion. Alright, that's interesting. I'm going to clarify also with this other deck, this vice versa tarot here. But first, before I do that, I just want to point out the initial observations I have. It's like, these are actually very similar, like way more. To me, these are way more similar than different. Although they are also, I guess, like 2 ends of a polarity here, because this kind of looks to me like the feminine end of the polarity of this energy, and this is the masculine end of the polarity of this energy. But it's the same energy, like, if you see what I'm saying. But yeah, they're like very similar, but also opposite in their like expression of this. And yeah, but interestingly, that you had them to come into cross, like into conflict with each other here. So this can be presented, like, depending how your life is like manifesting, it could be either like an internal thing or an external, manifesting in external like relationships with other people. But there's something going on with the feminine polarity and the masculine polarity of yeah, because otherwise this is like, both of these are in their own way. It looks like these are like evolving or like ascending to their greatest potential of their expression. But yeah, but somehow, because they're like on the opposite polarity, maybe they're coming into a clash because of that. But I'm going to clarify also with this other vice versa tarot here. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, definitely. So we have the 5 of Swords, interestingly. So this is definitely like because this is the like after a conflict card. So that's kind of spooky level even that I already had said that, because this is just gonna like, so interestingly, because there's like the two the 2 sides of this card too. So this is more the traditional 5 of Swords card, and this side, though, there's more like this person is just walking away from it. You know what I mean? So this could actually have been like you doing the wiser thing, or you to do the wiser thing, like to just walk away from the thing instead of like taking on pointless conflict, you know what I mean, and like ending up like just someone getting like extra defeated and hurt, you know what I mean, and when you could just walk away from the thing. Or yeah, maybe you had the foresight to do that, or yeah. But anyway, so let's see. We're gonna get more here. There's gonna be next is the unconscious, and then the conscious aspect of it. So what is the like part that you are really not aware of yet? That's always a really interesting one, right? Because you're not aware of it yet. And this is the conscious aspect should be the part that you're aware of about the situation, like very something on the conscious, obvious level, surface level here for you. Okay, we have 2 here. So I guess I'll keep it like that. Exhaustion and aloneness. Okay. Exhaustion and aloneness. That really just looks already like the most self-evident, I mean, interpretation is just someone being really like worn out of being alone or having to do too much by themselves, and like taking on like a lot of responsibility on their shoulders, and it like stress, like wearing them down or exhausting them, you know what I mean, like the amount that they have to do by themselves. Yeah. Or for some, potentially it could be like in regards to in a relationship, sort of feeling like you're alone, feeling even though you're in a relationship. Potentially. There's a different interpretation of that. But this is unconscious though, so that wouldn't be like it wouldn't be like something that's like to the front of your mind, but maybe like some like nagging feeling, like way like numb, nagging feeling in the back of the mind that maybe it's like wearing you down. And then here at the conscious, you have receptivity. Okay. So, there's isolation on the bottom of the deck. This isolation card talks about like the healing like painful things and heartbreaking things with like releasing emotion here, and like tears and like grieving and like allowing emotions to flow. This can also be like a healing process of like healing the painful things that have happened to you before in the past that are still like heavy on your heart, you know. And this receptivity here, yeah, this is a really positive card. So this is like what you're consciously focused on seems to be like this very like healing, yeah, being open to like going with the flow and like this positive energy here, and like connecting with the universe and like evolution, your evolution here. Like this is like kind of like spiritual like growth and yeah. So it's like what you are trying to do, I guess, what you're positive, what you're focused on is like to like just make the best out of the situation. Like you're just receptive to what is like growing, like whatever is like nurturing for you and like growing for you on like on your spiritual thing. And even in like making conflicts, you can even potentially make something positive out of conflicts, like if you have the right approach and you're able to like disengage with it and take the higher road, you know what I mean, like you can somehow even, there's potential to make something out of it. So I'm going to add one more card to clarify the conscious here. Receptivity. This is the Queen of Cups. And Judgment. Okay, well that's interesting because it's the same card you had here. Beyond Illusion is actually the same card. So it's almost like a repeat here of this theme kind of going on. Like this is, oh, this is interesting because this is almost like a reckoning day of like something like, this is maybe like one of those moments where it's like all the cards are put out on the table and we're just like something, or like facing like a difficult moment together, or one of life's like challenging trial moments, because it's like, because with the Judgment it's like this energy of like being naked and like stripped down of everything, and you're just faced with this like sheer whatever power of divine power of life's force, you know, whatever thing. And interestingly, you have in this card also this woman is bare, so it's like this is actually the right approach to this kind of moment, because you're surrendering to it. You're just surrendering to the divine in this moment, because in both of these, like, the woman is naked, right? And in this like way, like especially it's indicating this like surrendering type of, so this is like absolutely, I think, like the wisest possible approach to that type of energy here. So we're going to get, for also context, past and then future. Past is moment to moment, and future. Hold on. Sorry, I have to make enough space on the table here. And future. Creativity, Empress. Okay. So, all right. It's kind of like you, in the past, you came, the way you got to this point, to the situation now, it was not like incredibly planned or anything. It's just sort of like you leading yourself through these moment to moment, like intuitive steps, I guess. Like this has been like your approach to navigating through life, is like going through this emotional flow and like navigate, like finding the stepping stones in it, like the solid points that you can, you know, and just staying like fluid with it, like, right, like this person here. Yeah, which is, it is very good. It like can be a very good approach to life, but then in general, but also like it is sometimes possible to moment to moment step yourself into some like uncomfortable situations as well, and not necessarily have so much direction as how to like avoid that. But that's in the past here. So, and then the creativity, it's the same like flowing energy here, interestingly. Like I'm seeing, like, again, there's like a type of similarity here with the okay, wow, this is interesting. This is almost like, because this is almost like, I want to say, like an evolution of this type of energy. Like this is almost like going through the ocean but navigating almost like on survival mode, like where you are like having to step and you can't fall in the water, you know, because it would be like dangerous, or you could drown if you fell into the water, like you would go into chaos or something. And this is like you evolving this energy to the point that you become the ocean of like wild, creative, chaotic, flowing, divine energy. You merge with it, and like the spirit of it, like you embody with that. So, but yeah, there's like a transformation process to go through here, which involves this like shedding down, this like nakedness, burning away, and it's because of the beyond illusion. That's also what this card here is. So there's a certain like growth and maturity process that comes with like shedding old ways of seeing things in the world as well, and old like survival mechanisms that kept you going moment to moment, right? So that in the future here, you can really embody like divine creativity, like spontaneous creativity, and be in the flow of that energy. Okay, so we're going to go on to the next card. There's 4 more cards still in this spread. So the next one is yourself in this situation, and then the other in this situation. So 7 and 8 are self and other. We're going to look at those energies next. I want to pick this one actually. Completion for the self. Okay, so this is, yeah, you're like on a moment of leveling up for sure. This is like the level up card here. This is equivalent to the world, which is the end of the cycle. And like, especially with this one, it's like the puzzle piece getting completed here for like a leveling up moment. Like you have with this, all this symbolism here of the head and the third eye and like this like divine kind of thing. So this is like a moment of seeing like everything clicks and you see things to a like new level of consciousness, a new bigger picture kind of divine multi-dimensional experience here. And then the other energy you have is abundance. Okay. Wow, that's really, this is like the energy around you or the environment. So yeah, I guess this is just that's interesting. It's just really indicating like opulent, like a successful, material, abundant environment around you. Like enjoying it's really simple, really positive, I guess, message overall, like just enjoying like material abundance in the environment around you. Like basically this could be also someone around you supporting you who is wealthy, or yeah, coming into that yourself somehow, or just and also like abundance is relative. It's like relative to your sense of gratitude, because you could be a billionaire and like not feel abundant or something if you have like this drive in you, which, or greed for something that like doesn't ever let you feel satisfied, you know. So, or you could be relatively like moderate income, but like just and spend your money wisely on things you really enjoy, and like collaborate with other people and help support each other and enjoy a really abundant feeling life. And have, because a lot of abundance comes from community feeling as well, right? And that everyone has. Yeah. Okay. So interestingly, because there's like also, I wanted to add something for detail here. You came with the tower. But this is the regular tower card here, but this is like sometimes I want to say like this is like a tower moment which can be averted. So like the foundations, it doesn't necessarily be, it's not necessarily so shocking. So basically like the way that you keep yourself found. It's just like yeah, the way they keep your foundation secure and safe, and like it's just like keep your wits about you, and have just keep decent common sense. Like don't get like intoxicated or like too lavish and like spending way beyond your means or something, just because you're like still like be sane and balanced and grounded in your decisions and enjoy yourself with, you know, don't go to extremes of anything, and you won't have this like tower moment. But if you go tip into excess, like overabundance, overspending, overeating, overconsuming, drugs, I don't know, something like excess, something like you could tip into a tower moment where your life goes into a crisis kind of situation. So, but that's only for like going into excess. That's just a warning not to go into excess, but that you don't necessarily have to even have that problem if you're just a wise person who can just enjoy. And you, otherwise, you know, it's really positive. It's just abundance, like enjoying the good things in life. It's what everyone, pretty much everyone is like craving, desiring. It's like so common in the human nature programming. So next is next we have here, let's see, hopes and fears. Hopes and fears. The burden. Okay. Innocence. All right. That makes sense. So this is just wanting to, the desire to drop the heaviness, the burdening things in life, the over seriousness, the overly stressful things, the internal things, the inner voices, the inner critic voices, all of these things, like the self-judgments and all of these things, like inner, outer burdens, inner burdens, emotional burdens, all of these burdens we have, just drop all of that and clean slate and just return to like this innocent part of ourselves. That's kind of the hope here. Yeah. Which makes sense. And it seems indicating like you're in the direction, because this is like a flowering type of energy here in this background. Let's return to innocence. That's kind of what this creativity would be as well, like going into your future energy here. So it seems like you're going in that direction well here. But yeah, that's the hope and fear. And then finally we're going to get the conclusion. Conclusion energy. What's the outcome? The outcome of this. Okay, one jumped out. Sharing. Oh, that's so nice. Okay. So yeah, this is like sharing is caring, right? I was talking also about the important part of abundance is also community and who you're sharing with, right? Because it's one thing to have also like money and things and food and lots of blah 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 and like random possessions, but like it's even better to have that and then to have like really good people to share it with and enjoy it with, and that's a million times better, right? And this is also like, I think it's a good, really positive moment outcome for relationships, like quality relationships improving, you know, that because sharing kind of gives me the feeling of like balanced relationships, or relationships coming into balance, like basically. So I'm going to get one more card for this. Sharing. No. said one card, not two. One more card. Okay. Yeah, Ace of Cups. Okay, so yeah, this is like emotional beginning, like emotional new flow, like new beginning here. So this is like, I think there's like a process here of like clearing out the old emotional baggage, like coming to a reckoning with that, any like prior conflicts, and especially here, like back here, there was this like exhaustion and aloneness. So there's like definitely something going on, like something coming in that, like a baggage or something heavy weighing you down in the subconscious that's kind of left you feeling alone, struggling with something, struggling with life. You're not feeling supported the way you want. But there's like a process here, a reckoning process to heal that, let all of the heaviness go, let these burdens go. And then there will be a freshness, a spring feeling, a lightness, freshness feeling coming to in the future, in the conclusion here. So that's really beautiful. That's really, yeah, that's really great. And there's like this creativity, this blossoming coming to the future, this blossoming, like abundant, like beautiful. Spirit, and that's the thing. It's like this is like the spirit of nature, the force of nature, which is like creating all of life, right? And like when it really embodies into people, like it makes like extraordinary, amazing people who do extraordinary things or create really beautiful things on whatever scale that may be, for their life. So yeah, anyway, that's really amazing. I'm really happy to do this reading for you. I hope you enjoyed it and got something meaningful out of it, personal for you. And if you did, if you'd like to comment about it in the comments, I always like to read. I'm always interested to get feedback like that. And yeah, subscribe if you want to see more content like this in the future, and like the video if you liked it. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Greetings, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be a Celtic Cross style tarot reading. Most of you maybe are familiar with that it's a 10-card spread, so it's going to be quite in-depth here. We're going to get into a lot of details here. And it will start with the first card here is going to be, I'm going to shuffle this for you live here, and the first card is going to be the overall energy, the overall theme, or like the core topic of the situation here for this reading. And then we're going to get a second one crossing it, which is going to be like the conflict. Okay, so first the overall energy, please. Okay, the dream. Interestingly. Okay, this is very romantic, very fantasy, imaginary, like dreamy, like in imaginary, like visualizing, dreaming of something nice, like something you want to better, something in life you want to create, experience something. Visionary, like states kind of thing, like having hopes for, wow, this is like, in here is very clearly like love and relationship here, relating. And then here the contrast here is like ordinariness. Okay, that's funny. That's a hilarious contrast, actually, to be honest. the ordinariness. It reminds me of like, okay, this is like reality. It's like your ordinary reality, like the truth and the reality of your ordinary life. And then this is like you dreaming. This is you, the ordinary reality here, this part, right? It's like this part. And then this is you like dreaming something else or like some other thing. And that's being like the contrast here, is that you're dreaming something that's not like it's this is your ordinary reality, yeah, and then the dreams are not like manifesting into this thing here, so it's creating like this kind of wistful feeling here, right? Okay, so actually we can, just for fun, we can clarify with this vice versa tarot here, which is I love this one because the cards have two, each card has two sides, so there's double the potential meaning here. Oh, one flipped, but I didn't take it. I'll flip it over. Okay, let's try that again. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, this one, yes. Strength. Strength. All right. So interestingly, this is like it's kind of about like pureness of heart here, and like love, like just really like yeah, I guess like a kind of devotionary path. And kind of that would be like, I guess, the ideal merging of these two energies or integration of these two things is like this, yeah, it's kind of love, like compassion developing, like heart-centered type of path here. Or it's also talking about like getting sort of a control on like the more base instincts as well, like the, you know, really like the lower, more animalistic instincts here that can drive us sometimes to have crazy intense desires or drives or crazy, you know, whatever. But you have to like lovingly like keep it in check, you know, like this woman is with the lion, right? So okay, we're gonna go to the unconscious next, and then there's here the unconscious down below, and then top we're also gonna get the conscious, which is like the stuff you're aware of, the part of the situation you're aware of. Yeah, and the unconscious is quite interesting because, you know, theoretically you're not like entirely fully aware of it, so that's always an interesting position to look at. So we're going to get first the unconscious, and then also to contrast, and we're going to get the conscious up there. Oh yeah, that's way too much. I'll take that. It's not on the camera screen. Let's see. No, these are not exactly gonna fit. Friendliness here. Came in quite a big mess there. An explosion out of the deck. But that one was on the top, so I'll take that one. And then the conscious here. Trust. Okay. Well, it's interesting. Okay. I want to clarify this friendliness. And then, sorry, I just want to get the full picture, and then I want to talk about it in detail. Okay. 10 of wands with 2 of water. So the unconscious here. It's oh, that's a weird coincidence. That is so weird. He's carrying trees, wood, trees, literally cut down trees though, and then these are trees. What the fuck? Okay, that's a bizarre coincidence. But I'm thinking this is like burden, like, because this 10 of wands talks about like burdens or like carrying burdens or like needing to release burdens, you know, right? And then this 2 of cups here, this friendliness here talks is like a card of like, it's like relationships and relating. It talks about well, ideally, like really, if you look at it, it's like beautiful, harmonious, healthy, happy relationships. This is like harmonious, like prosperous, like mutually like flourishing relationship here. But this talks about like burdens and stuff, and this is in the unconscious here. So I think it's like yeah, just like this, shedding these last like burdens of things that yeah, because I think this is the normal side of the 10 of wands here, and then you have it on this back side, which somehow doesn't look as ominous to me. I think this is maybe like and there's like this path going back to this like community here thing. So I think there's like thing of like it's almost over, the journey's almost over, something of like releasing whatever this burdensome like energy is in regards to like relationships and this like stubborn whatever it is that's like blocking this potential here from the dream, from like feeling like the reality and your hopes and dreams are coming. But it's beautiful though, because you have up here in the conscious like a trust, like you have a trusting attitude towards it, like, which is inspiring and beautiful. And I think yeah, kudos to you, I guess, for that, because it seems like it's just very romantic energy here, like just a hoping, dreaming person, and they're like trusting, trusting their um, like they're so fully believing in their dreams that they can like take this like trust fall kind of thing with it, even when they're not seeing yet this results here, which is interesting. So okay, we're gonna go past and then future here. Past is guilt, and future what is the future? This one. Postponement. Oh, okay. Let's see. I'm going to clarify that also. This deck. Yeah, that's the 10 of Swords. Okay. That's interesting. and the past. So basically there's a lot of this is all swords energy here. You have 4 cards that are swords energy, mental energy. So this part, this past and futures, this is all like talking about like the part of your dreaming process. Like now I'm really starting to get, when you think of like so much mental energy and dreaming together, I'm thinking this is like type of like law of attraction type of like trying to like manifest with your mind like a reality type of situation or something here. Like it seems like what it came from the past here is like it's like this person, they're in a bad state. Obviously, like look, this is not like very like you can just see they're in a bad state, like they're being racked by some type of something stressful, something attacking, some negative thoughts, emotions, something, situations, right, attacking them. Um, and they need a solution, right? So just there's immediately, when you're in this type of state, like this is horrible, you need immediately a solution, right? And that's what this Ace of Swords is, which is great. Like it's this kind of like inspiration or the sword for like an immediate like solution here, and this like victory kind of, and this like, so to like cut through the fog here. So that's kind of, I guess, what the past was here. This like inspiration for. So this is like kind of like trying to dream up like ways to like solutions out of this. Right, like dreaming up like ways, manifesting a better life here for yourself, and then in the future here. So these cards are also like a little bit gray in tone, which is like kind of typical. It's like swords energy. So, and the connotation here with the 10 of Swords is talking about like a mental rebirth, basically, like a mental. Like you also have this 10 down here, and it's like when your just paradigm or your vision shifts about something, like it's just like you just give up one way of thinking about something, or one way of believing about something or viewing the world, and then something new comes, like, or like a space for new, and that's actually a rebirth. That's actually a very like positive process on the other side of it. It's like you get like a fresh new slate, and like usually like much room for much better manifesting, actually creating and dreaming a much better life for yourself. And yeah, so this one here, like there's just like postponement. I think it's not saying necessarily like, I think like with this one, it's just like indicating here that this is like moving out of the you have to take the step to move out of this previous mind state and such, because this is like the gray one. This is like the kind of depressing one, and you can step out of that and through that, and step through that. You just like let that go and step through that into this new rainbow, free, like more happy, kind of prosperous mind state there, and out of this, entirely out of that. Leave that in the past, like you just like slay all those demons, right? Like these demons attacking here, like you put 10 swords into that thing to slay all of those, right? Like, and then you move past that and you can move to this like more bright future. Okay, so here is your self. Intensity. Ooh. Wow. Sorry, all this time and I didn't realize the cards were kind of misplaced here. All right, intensity. And then for your environment or for others around you. Okay. Oh, that's nice. So, well, this is kind of like really having a strong vision or a strong like drive to create like this thing here, to like, you know what I mean? Like this is like yeah, like this is the intensity. It's like this intensity of energy, like it's all like pointed focus with like a strong, like intense burst, fiery like burst. This is like the Knight of Wands kind of energy, right? So, which is like intense, fiery burst forward. I'm gonna get clarifying card here for this, for you, clarifying this intensity. Okay. Oh, is this 2? Oh, I think it's 2. I'll take 2, I guess. All right. Okay. What? So, all right. You got 2 people here. I'll just say that for sure. And fascinatingly, you got Queen of Cups twice. Queen of Cups, Queen of Cups. Like here in this part, which I said was like for other, you have Queen of Cups, Queen, and this is Queen of Cups. Like this is her front. But both of the cards in this reading have their back turned. So, yeah, this is starting to feel more and more like specifically dealing with some type of relationship, I guess. Relationship, because I'm getting, there's this friendliness. This is the 2 of Cups and talks specifically about relationships. And like, and there's like right here in this kind of like romantic theme, kind of dreamy hopefulness here. And then there's like the 2 like they came out together. It kind of like it keeps reminding me like of 2 people here theme. So and then but interestingly, like they both are having their back to each other, or maybe not to each other, but like their back, like facing to us, the viewer. Like they are looking out to the distance. So this could be, interestingly, that they're like looking out to facing situation together. You know what I mean? Like facing this, whatever this like it is that life is, like the last whatever challenges here, navigating through this circumstance together, you know, or they could be like kind of potentially at a more distance. It, you know, depending, you can interpret it based on what your personal situation is, but the other here is this like Queen of Cups, so this like very feminine, like receptive, emotional kind of thing here. And then this is like the King of Swords here is very analytical, sharp, like orderly, strategic kind of thing, and with this like intensity, so there's also this like passion and like drive to. I'm gonna move on here to what are the hopes and fears. So I think that might add the little bit more context to what's going on with this evolving now relationship story arc. I hope this is resonating for somebody here. Fighting and control. Okay. That's interesting. So this is definitely so much. Wow, yeah, there's so much mental energy here, and this person has mental energy. So this person might be like having some issues here that they're needing to, like some mindset issues that they're needing to come out of. So whether that's you a little bit to admit, be honest with yourself, for your own good, like to what degree you also like could evolve your mindset and change your mindset belief system here, and then to what degree like this person has some evolving to do. But yeah, there's something here with like all these shadows, all these clouds here, and even there's people fighting in these clouds, and there's control. So there's like this could be, and it's in the hopes and the fears. So like we're hoping like to be able to completely that's the thing, like it's hard. This energy has a sharp edge to it, like with this intensity here, and with the mind, like it kind of creates this sharp like mental thing where like that if they have a certain idea about something, that they can, if they can clash and create like arguments or fighting unnecessarily. So, and this is something that this other person or whoever it is needs to like be able to let go of and let die off, like this, whatever is causing their anything about being like over controlling. So yeah. Then the conclusion here. Okay. Wow. The creator, the master. Okay. Holy shit. Well, as considering like what sort of we were talking about here in the beginning, we were talking about this sort of like conflict between like dreaming, like your ordinary reality, and it being like like you dreaming of more or wanting to like manifest like some grander thing or like a better relationship or more relation, like more whatever it is, other thing you could be wanting to manifest to your reality, like dream, any possible dream you could have. This is like energy of being a master creator of your own experience. So somehow like you're just attuned enough with the energy that it just works like magic, basically. Like we don't even need to explain it, because it will just like, and you have with this mindset, you have a like trust here, yeah, it will just all work out. But there's, yeah. So I think it's just like an issue here of like, there's someone involved, whether this is you to some degree or someone you're connected to here, but that has a like incredibly sharp mind and it's powerful. It's the thing is like the mind can, like having an incredibly sharp mind can be powerful, but also it can be your own worst enemy or their own worst enemy. You know what I mean? So there's like just a warning to that. Also with this like intensity as well, like there's this pure like drive and like direction here, like in the self here. But like there's also then here like this person, they have that same fire but have it like under control, and like they've sort of mastered it here at the conclusion. So this is like really positive outcome here. And I think it comes to like back to, I guess I want to say in the end here, like there's with this strength, like this strength where it comes like just basically over like mastering the with love here, the Queen of Cups and the emotional energy to love and balance the more primal, like the lower self, the more animalistic part of our humanity, ourselves and our like each other, the ones we're in like close relationships with, to like love the animal as well, to keep that like the instinctual part of ourself like tamed enough to like that's well behaving and not causing problems in that way either. Yeah, and then it's just like the not trying to control, like the secret of this manifesting thing is not like trying to control it like mentally, like the anyway, yeah. So I think I'm gonna end the reading here for you, pile number 3. I hope you got something useful out of it, meaningful out of it. Kind of went on a little bit of a tangent there, but maybe that resonated for some of you. If you do have something to say in the comments down below, I'm always interested to read that. And yeah, please like the video if you liked it. And if you're new to the channel, you want to see more content, subscribe. I always see more in the future. And yeah, thanks for watching, and bye. Greetings, pile number 4. Those of you who chose this little Monopoly piece hat, which I can put on the tip of my finger, actually. We are doing here for you a Celtic Cross style tarot reading, which is very common, so many of you may be familiar with it. It's a 10-card spread, so this is going to go quite in depth here. I will also sometimes use clarifiers from another deck if I feel like a certain part needs more detailed information. And yes, so the first card here is going to just be like the sort of anchor, like the overall theme, the overall focus for this reading, the context, the overall energy of the current situation that's coming for this reading for you, pile number 4. And also on top of that, we'll get a contrasting energy, which will show the conflict. So you have here, like I said, so we'll get here the energy and then the contrast, which is the conflict. So here we have understanding with these birds. This is kind of like the understanding, which is like the truth would set you free here. These birds flying here into the free skies, and there's like this cage here of like dissolving sort of bars here, and this person, excuse me, flying out here through like having this understanding which frees them. And then here in the contrast you have comparison. So this sort of talks about like the judgment, the funny little judgments that humans do to ourselves and to each other, like but it's mostly we're doing to ourselves. Because it's like the plant. Do you think in the plant's kingdom, do you think the bamboo is comparing itself to the oak? Like, oh, they're so hard and tall and why are they so better than me? And then the oak is comparing to the self to the bamboo, saying, oh, they're better than me because they're so skinny and hollow and blah blah. But we like humans do this kind of comparison to each other and our like all the time in ways which can be a little bit harmful actually to ourselves. So I think there's like I guess here like a liberation of the mind from these comparison mindset thinkings basically here is the theme. So we're going to get a card to clarify this. I'm going to take just one of those, which is on the top. So we have the Queen of Wands here. So, but this is the double-sided deck, and so this is the normal Queen of Wands, sort of average interpretation. But this side, you see like the source of her wisdom as a queen of the Wands energy is actually this deep-rooted, naturally grown over time, like tangle of roots, like of life experience, of naturally like lived, and that like gained wisdom through weaved through time. You know what I mean? Yeah, and it's not like so. It's not necessarily like so pretty. All of it, like it's not like a perfectly polished, like carpentered, like whatever, sawed and sanded and whatever wooden chair, right? It's like very whatever, but this is like the source of her wisdom and power, right? So I guess it's sort of a metaphor. It's metaphorical, right? Imagine it's not metaphorical, right? You can imagine. You understand. You got the understanding here. So it's kind of like a big question of like self-acceptance, basically. And the long twisted history of things that took to make you the person that you are now. And not comparing your life to the lives that other people have had and like things like this. So here we have unconscious and conscious. Okay, unconscious inner voice. Ooh. The spirits are speaking to you. The spirits are whispering to you. The spirits are whispering to you. Look at this. So you have the inner voice. This is the high priestess here. And it's in the unconscious. So yeah. So this is yeah, like it's spiritual energy, like your higher self, like higher, like spirit guides, angels, like that's kind of like things whispering to you, trying to communicate to you, but it's in the unconscious, so it's very subtle and it's very like hard to perceive or like under the radar currently of your perception here. But there's like guidance here trying to come through basically, because it's like higher inner voice. It's like very wise, and you know what I mean. It does. It's quiet. It's silent practically almost. So quiet. It's practically silent, but it does have like immense wisdom and guidance. Like kind of like here, this is kind of what someone's talking about wisdom developed here. So we have healing in the conscious part of the self here. So yeah, focus on healing, focus on evolution, and yeah, I think that's just very straightforward actually. Here, this is the king of cups, which you had here. I think the page of cups to begin. So I think there's like a kind of a healing journey going on here. But I guess I want to ask to clarify out of curiosity, what's going on here with this subconscious here with the inner voice and the spiritual energy? Like, what's going on? Like, why is this going in the subconscious part of the mind? Why is this in the subconscious part of the mind for pile number 4? Queen of Cups. Okay. Interesting. So these are kind of a pair here. I mean, this is King of Cups, Queen of Cups here, but then this is in the subconscious here. So this is like, I don't know. I guess this is just talking about like deep feminine mysteries, like real magic, basically, like tapping into like real magic, I guess. Like this is like tapping into the source of like the, you know, moon mysteries, feminine magic. I can't even speak to it that much because I'm not a woman, so I'm not even initiated into this fully. But if you are connected to that, you know. If you know, you know. You know, right? So, or even if you're not like formally initiated into anything, like somehow like intuitively you're connected to somehow this like deeply feminine magic source. It's in the unconscious here, and it's like creating like a fountain of like healing here coming up to the conscious mind. So that's something really beautiful here, actually. Really positive energy, positive interaction going for you here in this reading, pile number 4. I'm really happy to see that. So we have here next we're going to do past and then future. So past, we have courage. Okay. That is the Chariot. Okay, in the future we have projections. I'm going to clarify that. One sec. Oh, that's the Chariot. What is that? Strength. Oh yeah, the Chariot. That's strength. So this is kind of weird because like 3 of these came out, but I do want to keep them all because I think it's sort of like something going on here. So with this, first, I guess I'll get, first of all, just to get the past, like I'll go in chronological order. You get the past first. So we have the courage card. So this is like a growth process, a blooming process, but having the courage to go, like, because you start as a seed and like you're in the dark and you have to travel through like kind of rocky, uncertain, unknown territory with only like your inner light to get to this like blooming stage where you can like flower, right? And that takes a lot of courage to do, to get to the sort of person that you have become. So that's just I guess like for you, it's just like a compliment to the strength and courage it took to get to this point to like access this sort of healing here. And now we have to talk about this. So in this future here, there's a situation, a particular situation coming up that it's wanting to advise you about. So there's something to do. It's like projections, and there's this three of Pentacles here. So this is talking about like some type of cooperative situation, often involving work. It leans more towards that way because there's involving money, perhaps Pentacles, or workplace dynamic, but it can be any sort of cooperative, teamworky, collaborative type situation here. And there's an issue here with the the Emperor here, the authority, someone being boss, someone playing boss, or being boss, maybe being bad boss, a little bit bad boss somehow, or like with the projections going on here. But yeah, I think it's just like with the chariot here, there's like this thing also that's talking about like it's again like water cancer energy, so and it's like talking about like drive forward here and sort of like your will in a way. And so there's like authorities also, like there's two authorities here, so there's like this boss energy here and then like your personal authority. So I think I would just say, just be advised that if you come into like a situation in the future where you are challenged to put your self-worth to the test, you know what I mean, like by putting into a workplace or a social situation in some way, which there's some like potentially bad actor here, or like you know what I mean, like just maybe not, so maybe they're projecting or just not seeing clearly, right, and they're doing projections or something, especially from if they're coming from a position of authority here and they're not necessarily being fair. If you end up in a situation like that, like you just know what to do for yourself, right? Like you protect yourself, like you don't like you either like you say your piece, of course, and then if that doesn't work, like you can just always move on, right? You can keep it moving forward, right, if you need to. So that's just like something you, of course, personal, case by case basis. You take that to your life and analyze it like on a personal, like situational basis. But it's just a warning, like to be kind of careful of how people in these workplaces are fairly or unfairly using authority energy, and are they like putting projections onto that. So maybe that's just a message for some particular person here or some of you, but yeah, that could be something important to just remember. Like you always can, like you say your piece and like assert yourself like clearly, right, and fairly, and stand your ground, right, of course. And then if it doesn't work, if they can't like see, if they're just like too blinded by projections and stuff, you can always just keep it moving. Like don't just stand for abuse, right? Like, that's all I would say, because you have to protect the self-worth here and this healing path you're on, right? So anyway, with the self here, hopefully that's not hopefully some of you, that's not even universal for all of you, that you even have to face this type of situation, because if you can avert that challenge in advance, always like diffusing projections before they can think or whatever, or like avoiding like power crises with bosses, like it's always better if you can. So let's see, we have for you ripeness. This is beautiful. This is like Nine of Pentacles. So this is like your moment of like the fruit is ripe for you here, or you are ripe, your energy is ripe, and yes. Sorry, scooting all the cards around too much. Just trying to get them all rearranged here. So ripeness, this is like your moment of this is like the nature's perfect moment when the tree is releasing the fruit. It's when it's like perfectly at its peak of deliciousness and like abundance and fruitfulness here, right? So yeah, this is like coming when nature when things are coming to like a climax point here. And there's a sort of harvest coming in, basically. And we have here this others we'll get next to here. Other. Let's see. Maturity. Okay, so another earth energy. So these are both really positive here. So this is maturity is the planting of seeds. So and this is your external environment or like others or the environment around you in general, right? And this is the you as a ripeness, like the fruit falling from the tree. So this is almost like metaphorically like your fruits are coming in, right? Or like success is a wave of success that's coming into you. In a way, like you're reaching a ripeness of your skills and abilities or something, and then you're reinvesting in that, like you to reinvest, like planting the seeds now in the environment, like from this. It's like the seed, like tree, the fruit falls from the tree to the ground, and then the seeds are planted for a new cycle as well, like reinvesting. And that's sort of also a mature thing to do, that you like continually like reinvest and grow upon yourself as well, or like invest in the environment around you as well and the people around you when you can. So we're gonna look at actually, yeah, we can look real quick here. Clarifying card for yourself in this ripeness. Be interesting to see a tarot card for this as well. Okay, I have the Six of Swords here. So this this has a couple different levels of metaphor here. It might not it might only be one apply to you, or but this could be like mentally coming to a new, like moving away from a painful past or a hard time or troubling waters, you know, and to like moving to calmer waters, calmer peace of mind kind of situation. Or it can also be potentially actually traveling somewhere, like potentially even like somewhere far, like over a water, like crossing over a water or like a continent or something, you know, like whatever. So yeah, this could also potentially, for some of you, indicate like travel or like a moment of that. Or, but otherwise it's just like coming to a more like peaceful state of mind cycle. So that's really positive here. So we have next hopes and dreams. Okay, that came out really fast. Innocence. Oh, oh, it's so sweet. It's so adorable. You're just hoping to, yeah, innocently like love life and like just be, right? I don't know. Wow, that's amazing. I mean, that sounds like maturity to me in a way, like this sort of, like, this is like in a way a type of enlightenment if you could reach this state of like so much innocence that you just are being almost naively enjoying, like, regardless, and like moving away from like mental anguishing, right? In comparison and like judgment and projections and all of these things. So let's see, what's the outcome here? Sharing. We have this This one also was in another one of the piles, I think, the same outcome. But it's really positive. It's sweet. It's like a community thing and like family and like um, abundance and like giving back, right? Like that, the fruits of your. It's the same one here you had actually as Queen of Wands. This is the Queen of Wands again. So yeah, this is kind of like coming back here to this wisdom and this understanding to like tie the beginning to the end together, like you close the loop of this, tie this reading off with a bow, you know, like a little bow tie on it. We have here the Queen of Wands coming out twice. So this is sort of like the understanding here that sort of frees you from more limiting beliefs about like things that may have like caused friction or like jealousies in social interactions or things like this, and like completely like having a more like open and warm sort of like rising tide lifts all boats type of all-inclusive attitude, right, where you sort of give your love sort of freely, openly, like, or you're very generous, warm-hearted, open person. Yeah, okay. Okay, I think that's it. I think I'm going to end your reading for you here. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you got something meaningful out of it. Please comment down below if you have something to say. I always love to read those comments. And yeah, like if you liked the video. Click the like button and subscribe if you aren't subscribed and you want to see more content in the future. And yeah, catch you next time. Bye.